Okay, it's recording. All right. So, you see, I have an issue with procrastination. You know how we have a 8-page paper due on Monday?
Yep.
I haven't even started it.
Not started it either, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I have another 8-page paper due on Friday, and we only have the outline because that was a requirement for earlier in the semester. And
Are you talking about, this Friday or next Friday?
This Friday.
Jeez.
So, actually, that's in a group, so I only have to write like 2 or 3 pages for it. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, just procrastination is not fun. Have you ever seen the procrastination monkey?
No, I don't think so.
The instant gratification monkey? Okay, so this is it's a TED talk about this guy who's like talks about procrastination, not a whole lot about procrastination, but he talks about procrastination in this TED talk. And it's like, okay, so in your brain, in a procrastinator's brain, you got a rational decision maker and a procrastination monkey, and then the panic monster. The panic monster is the most useful of the three because he actually wakes up and gets crap done when there's a deadline coming up, which doesn't make any sense because and so it's fantastic at this point in time with everything being due. Actually, I have like 3 different assignments due today, and then I have to get all this other stuff done.
The reflection, the role play,
and
probably something else too. Those are the 2 that I have to work on as well.
Yeah, I have those due today. I have I have a digital portfolio due tonight. I think I actually forgot to double check that.
Yikes!
It's either it was due tonight or at 8 a.m. this morning. I'm assuming it was due tonight, just because. Oops, I don't know. But yeah, so that's fun. And yeah, procrastination has always been a struggle of mine, and so I'm just like, I don't know how to fix it.
When do you usually start doing your papers and stuff? Like the day before or like a couple days before? Or how much do you procrastinate?
Do tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's been my philosophy. So, yeah. The fact that I started the reflection last night, I was up until like, okay, so I was meaning to start it and like finish it last night, but I was just like not working on it. I was just had it open on my desktop with like 3 sentences written for like 6 hours.
Oh my.
And I didn't actually start it until like 4:30, or not 4:30, like 2:30. And then I worked on it for a couple hours, and I actually have it almost finished except for that one question because apparently my book is missing that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
is that for all classes, or do you find like, I actually like doing math, so I'm going to start that early, or is it just kind of like the same all around?
Oh, it's the same for all my classes.
Yeah.
Like literally it was last semester. Wait, was it last semester? Yeah, it was last semester, sorry. I had a 7:30 class that I had to write a paper for before class.
Mm-hmm.
What I literally did a lot of the time was sit with it open on my computer until like 2:30 a.m. And like my roommate was asleep by that point. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go out into the main area and work on it. I'll go out into the main area, write a little bit of it, go take like a short nap on a couch, and then come back, write it like a little bit before it's like about an hour before it's due. Take like the extra hour of sleep, and then I would go to class.
Wow, that's pretty rough, actually.
Yeah, I do not want to. Procrastination is a terrible hole. Oh man, I wish I could blame it entirely on ADHD because I have ADHD. I wish I could blame it entirely on that, but no. Yesterday I took ADHD medication for it. It's just like, then nah. just like decided that how
Do you
about
find that you're just like too distracted, like whenever you, I don't know, are procrastinating, or is it literally just not that
actually
at all? You
honestly,
just don't.
yeah, it's just the fact that I get distracted easily and that I don't have enough self-control to not do that. Like
Sure.
let's see, when did I start watching this? I literally watched 26 or 25 episodes of a Minecraft Let's Play or a modern Minecraft Let's Play. I started
Instead
the
of doing your homework.
Yeah, I started it yesterday when I was going to work on my homework because I'm like, okay, this will be nice to have it in the background. Granted, I watched it at double speed, and each episode is almost 30 minutes.
Oh,
I watched it at double speed, but still, I'm like, what the heck? What's wrong with me? So yeah, I need to stop putting on anything with voices in it in the background. I know that
Mhm.
myself. This is why I have literally the Undertale soundtrack is the literal best thing ever because I always use it for focusing. Have you ever listened to Undertale soundtracks at all?
No, I
Oh,
personally, yeah, I personally don't listen to like a lot of music, especially when I'm doing homework. I don't know. I
that's fair.
literally find anything too distracting.
That's
I
fair.
don't know. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the Undertale soundtracks are just like when I listen to them like almost exclusively for when I'm writing a paper, and
Hmm.
it actually helps so much. I think it might also be because I've Pavlovian myself into it, but also like okay, so you don't write when you're listening to music, right? Unfortunately,
Not really. No.
darn,
No.
because
Oh.
the soundtracks are really fast. I can
Hmm.
actually type faster when I'm listening to it because I'm writing to the beat of the music.
Wow.
Kind of weird. I don't know.
That is kind of weird. That's cool though.
But it's something that I've
Interesting.
noticed whenever I've been typing and listening to music.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Undertale is a movie, right?
No, it's a video game. It's a really good. I liked it a lot when I played it. I didn't.
Huh.
I never actually finished it completely because the one of the bosses was too hard. But I've watched other people play it. Sans. Sans is the best character. He makes bony puns or skeleton puns because he's a skeleton, and it's just I've just find that hilarious. And he's
So
everyone's
that's
favorite character.
that's what game he's from. I don't think I knew that actually.
Oh
He
yeah.
was like a meme for a while, but
Oh yeah.
that's crazy.
Megalovania is like the main soundtrack I listen to.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh
I'm gonna
man,
have to look it up.
it goes
Maybe I'll listen to that while I type my reflection paper.
yeah, and a lot of the stuff I listen to are all remixes, which is like crazy because there's like so many and they're all really good. Mainly just probably just because their bass starting thing is good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. So I managed to avoid the topic of procrastinate. Oh, not really. This is why I procrastinate. I'm procrastinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got season 2 of Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, I was watching Phineas and Ferb. I've been watching Phineas and Ferb again too.
Hmm. That was like one of my favorite cartoons back in the day.
Yeah, I wish it was because growing up we never had cable,
Yeah.
so PBS Kids was my best friend.
Hmm. We always
But
watched Phineas and Ferb at my babysitter's because we didn't
yeah,
have cable here at our house.
yeah,
We
I
were over
watched
there
it.
all the time.
Yeah, I got to watch it like once a year at my great grandparents
Hmm.
because he was like the only one of my family who had cable or only one of
Wow.
like yeah because
Hmm.
my grandparents on my dad's side don't care. My mom's parents, I don't think we never really we visited them occasionally, but not often enough to really know
Yeah.
or really know to watch like TV. We were always
Hmm.
actually doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. Procrastination's a bitch. Oops.
It is. I
Beep.
agree. What's your timer, X? Mine says 10:30,
Yep.
so.
It just hit 10.
Cool. Alrighty. So, procrastination is definitely a bitch. I don't know. I wrote a paper on procrastination my senior year or my junior year in high school, I think.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't know. I don't know. I think I may have seen that TED Talk too. There's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Where it's the person monkey.
That's so weird. I don't know if I've seen that one, but there's definitely one on procrastination. It talks about the procrastination loop.
Oh yeah, that's
kind of
that's definitely
how you get so pressured into doing it. You just kind of do it right away. Wait, I don't know. Anyways, so I guess my topic that I was going to be talking about, because literally nothing has happened in the past like 30 days, so I have nothing new to talk about. So I was just going to talk about kind of how I built my 3D printer. So I don't know if I've ever told you that, but I built my own 3D printer. So I was kind of going to tell you the story about how that came about, I guess. Hopefully I can do that for 10 minutes. I'm going to set my timer real quick. Not the calculator.
It's probably recording my drawing.
Perfect. Submit the drawing too, because it'll show us.
I am. I'm just gonna upload this to YouTube and submit a YouTube video. Because last time I tried to submit a thing,
it did not work.
Yeah, it was all chunky and not right.
Weird.
Us trying to submit the video.
Alrighty, I'm gonna start my timer. So, okay, so my junior year in high school, I told you about this last time, but I had like an internship with a mechanical, like, or robotics engineering company. And before that, I kind of always knew about 3D printers. I kind of always knew I kind of wanted one.
Yeah.
And I guess going into that internship, I guess kind of throughout that internship, I was building machines like all day, every day. And I was getting a lot more confident in kind of like my skills of just like building and kind of thinking in that engineering aspect. And that's just something I love to do. I love to put stuff together. I love to take stuff apart and build things. And that's just kind of how I am. So, I started building stuff, and then I kind of started, I guess, getting more interested in 3D printing and being able to like make your own stuff. I thought that was just super cool.
Yeah.
And I knew I could either, buy a 3D printer or build my own. I've always been around 3D printers. I had a bunch of engineering classes in high school. They always had 3D printers there and stuff, but we never really got to use them, just kind of because they're so new back in the day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're so
back
new.
in the day.
Back in the day, like 2 years ago. I don't know, but the technology is relatively new. So I didn't know a whole lot about it, but I guess throughout that internship, I kind of started, I guess, planning how I could possibly build my own. It took a lot of planning. I think I planned pretty much through the last month of my internship. I kind of started getting more into it, started learning a lot more about it because I had no idea what I was doing if I was going to build my own.
Wait, when you say build your own, is that like from scratch or from a kit?
Yes, from scratch.
Okay. Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to buy a kit. I didn't want to buy like a pre-made or anything. I just wanted to buy all the parts to build my own. So that's why it took so much planning, because I literally had no idea what I was doing. But on YouTube and on the internet, there's a lot of people who've done this already. So basically just taking their designs and their ideas and then I guess modifying them to be my own, kind of just changing some stuff that I didn't really like or kind of things like that. But I had planned it all out. I ordered all the parts. I got everything offline. And actually one of the interesting is in order to like make this specific design printer that I wanted to build, I had to already have like these certain parts 3D printed for me. So I could build the printer. So I'm making a 3D printer out of 3D printed parts, which is kind of ironic.
You wouldn't print a printer, would you?
Exactly. I mean, you really can print a printer pretty much.
Did you use your schools at all?
No,
Or?
I didn't use my schools, but I did go to our library, our local library, because they have a couple 3D printers there.
Oh, that's
So I
nice.
just like gave them all my parts and print them all out, which was really cool because I'd never done that before. I was like so amazed that I could do that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just 3D printing kind of blows my mind. That's why I'm so interested in it. But anyways, I got the printed parts from my library. I got all the parts eventually from online, and I started putting it together. Basically, I would just go to school and then come home and just work on this for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, and just go to bed, go back to school, and kind of just repeat that. And it took about 2 weeks, I would say, to get everything together mechanically. And then once I got that done, I kind of started putting like the electronic side together, because that's like one part I'm not as familiar with is the whole like electronics behind it,
Oh yeah.
control board and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Soldering
once
is
I got that done, that took probably another 2 weeks to figure all that out and get that dialed in. And then when I first started the program on my computer and was able to actually move the print header around, that was like the coolest thing in the world, because it took so long to get there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
finally get that satisfaction of it works and stuff.
Oh, that sounds that's impressive, honestly.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. Very, very awesome. And a lot of people were skeptical. I'm pretty sure I was pretty skeptical myself that, I could do something like this.
Yeah.
It was really challenging. Just got to kind of push through it, and I don't know,
Yeah.
take the criticism and don't really think about it too much. Just kind of keep working on it and get it done. That was one of like the big things I learned through all of it. But I guess that was literally probably, and that was in 2018, so it's 2020 now, so 2 years ago. So it's been a very long time since I've built that, but it seems like not that long ago.
How much? Oh yeah, it's only 2 years. It's like what? Only a small fraction of your life. That's like less than 5, or well, a little bit more than 5% of your life.
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of been a relatively big part of my life now, I guess.
Do you still use it?
Yeah, I use it all the time. I was printing stuff. So I guess what I print, as of now. So when I first finally built the printer, all of the 3D printed parts from the library, I reprinted those.
Okay.
Just because they weren't like the highest quality, like the best that they could be. So I reprinted all of them and then basically rebuilt the printer again with new parts that were a little bit better.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing I really initially printed. And then I printed a lot of, my dad, he always has like all kinds of stuff that he needs 3D printed. So I do a lot of work for him. I did my senior engineering project in high school. I 3D printed that. So I use it quite a bit. I used it yesterday for 3D printing like parts for my dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much, I don't know. What else was I gonna say?
So like, as you were going through making the 3D printer, like what sort of challenges did you come across? Like were people like encouraging or discouraging? Or
I would say people were, just like skeptical, completely skeptical, because a lot of people didn't even know what 3D printing is.
Okay.
Like really, the technology is like so, I guess it's not like it's so new, but it's just not really understood.
No.
People don't know that I can take this like design file, whatever I want, and just make it. Like they don't really understand like the concept of that. So kind of explaining that to people, and they're like, they just don't really know what it is or what you can do with it. So just people were just kind of skeptical all around. My parents were kind of skeptical. But once they saw that like it was coming together, I could actually do these things, they were pretty impressed. I was pretty impressed. I just think it's crazy. I guess my friends didn't really know what that meant either. I don't know. It's just not really a common thing, I guess, around here. I don't know. It's just interesting.
When I was in high school, we had my robotics club had one 3D printer. It was hot garbage, and it kept on clogging. But my the teacher was like, yeah, he's like, it worked pretty well though. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, like the stuff that we had at school was kind of. I know we had like the first one that our school got was like my sophomore year in high school, maybe. It was just this cheap like $200 3D printer, and I don't know. I still have the first picture of like what it actually printed. It was like a little test print thing. I think that was like the very first time that I kind of got interested. I'm like, holy crap, that's pretty cool. But then after that, we got like a big sponsorship from one of the local companies, and they got like a $5,000 3D printer.
Dang.
And still, like the quality of that printer versus like the $200 printer was not that much different. So like one thing that I was trying to do with my 3D printer is build a better printing, I guess, printer that could print better than the $5,000 one, even, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because there's just things that I can do that printer can't do. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really know how to explain it, but I was just trying to figure out ways that I could print, you know, different materials, different things that one couldn't do. Just,
Like,
I mean, for a fraction of the price, basically.
like for example, was yours like more? How was yours? Was yours better? And if so, how was it better?
So I guess material-wise, basically,
Oh yeah.
the printer at school, it could only print PLA, if you know what PLA
Oh yeah.
is. Basically, like the base material that
Yeah.
you kind of start with, I don't know, most common 3D print
Yeah,
material.
it's PLA and not APA. That's a
ABS. ABS is another common
ABS.
one. And I wanted to do, there's a material called PETG. I don't know if you know, that one's kind of another common one. Nylon, and then
Oh, really?
carbon fiber plastics, basically. So I
Okay.
wanted to do all of those, be able to do all of those. And, you know, I was able to just by buying, you know, different parts, better parts than that $5,000 printer had, which I thought that was super cool.
Oh yeah, just because a lot of that is just overhead cost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, how much did it cost you total to like build one?
So if I was to rebuild this right now with everything like I know, I could probably just do it with like $800, I would say.
Okay.
But it probably took me, I don't know, $1,000 to $1,200 to build it, because like I would buy this part and it would be the wrong thing. So I would find it better, and yeah, so it's kind of like a pain in the butt. But
yeah.
So I could buy one for, you know, I don't know, I would say you could buy a $5,000 one, or you could just, you know, build one for a fraction of that.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know, that was my way of looking at it.
Yeah, I was looking into 3D printers the other day, and yeah, they're pretty pricey. Actually, I don't remember. I think I saw like really cheap ones.
Like, you can definitely buy them for like less than $100, which is insane. But you're gonna get $100 worth of printing quality. It's not gonna be very good, you know.
Yeah.
Like I also joined the 3D printing club, or not the 3D printing club. I'm a supervisor for the Boilermaker Labs, which is in Kenoi. If you've ever been in Kenoi,
I've been in
that
Kenoi.
3D printing lab.
Oh yeah, we talked about. We have a. If you ever want a minor for if you ever want a minor CGT, product data management. That's my minor. The class that I'm taking this semester was literally supposed to be just focused on the big project, was just 3D printing a small part.
Really?
After like taking a 3D scan of it.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Like a legit 3D scan. Like it's a quarter of, I think it was $500,000 print scanner.
Wow. Yeah, scanners are pretty damn expensive.
Yeah.
What class is that? I don't think this class was called
CGT 303, Digital Manufacturing. And part of the reason why we did that was because the first three. Oh, sorry, I'm intruding on your time.
We're at 13 minutes. So
okay.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, no, those the beginning of that class, we had Do you know Professor Miller?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no. You've never had Professor Miller? Oh, I'm so sad.
Not yet, at least. I don't know.
No, he's retiring now. It's so sad. But yeah, he was his moniker was Crazy Craig. Because he was fantastic. He was my favorite teacher in my freshman year.
Okay.
And yeah, he started the class, and for the first 3 weeks, we had no idea what we were doing in the class. Like literally the first 3 weeks.
Wow.
After that, after we had that, it was whatchamacallit. After that we got replaced. The professors got replaced. Professor First came in. I'm not sure if he leads. I know he's active in Kenoi and the CGT stuff, but I don't know if you know about him. Him and I don't remember the other guy's name. I only know First because I see his name everywhere because he's in like both my classes. Well, he's a sort of professor in both my current CGT classes. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So they're like, yeah, we don't know what's going on in this class either. We threw this syllabus together last night at like 11 o'clock.
Nice. So the reason you like him so much is because he procrastinates so much. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, it's not even that. It's just like he did, like, because the class was brand new. It was apparently like brand new, like it hadn't been done before. And well, yeah, I guess he might have just been procrastinating, but I don't know. Like, I don't think he actually cared about the class at all because he literally didn't show up for some of it, for like a lot of the classes. Which is why, like, at least the group that I was in was like, yeah, this class is bullcrap. No one cares about it. But even though, like, I'm pretty sure that the new professors actually did care at least a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
That was a class you took your freshman year, or you're taking now?
No, I'm taking it this semester. We're done right now. And freshman year, I took CGT 163. Yeah, 163. That was the class that I had Professor Miller in.
Okay.
Yeah. And his class was good. It was a 7:30, but he made it entertaining enough that I was happy to go.
Wow, that's impressive. That's hard to do. 7:30s are rough. I had 3 7:30s this year, or this semester, I guess.
I mean, honestly, 7:30s, as long as you're not 7:30s is if it's like I would honestly like to have a 7:30, but only as long as it's like every single day so I get into the routine.
Yeah, there was some days. I mean, I was fine with it. Like I had a decent routine just waking up and going to class, but some days were rough. Yeah, I was tired some days. Go to bed too late. Have to wake up at like 6:30 or whatever to get ready. You're a junior, right?
Yeah.
You got your class schedule, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I got mine back, and I have no 7:30s this next semester. So. But who knows if we'll even be on campus? We'll see.
Oh yeah.
So, it looks promising though. It does.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go write this roleplay critique and write my reflection before 5:30. So.
Yeah, I have a meeting at 2, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. I gotta send you those pictures too. I'll do that.
Oh, sweet, thanks. Actually, stop recording.